Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Shayla Jade. This is Chocolate Cake 101. So I have been ripping and running the streets, living my best life. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've talked about this before. You saw the title of the video. I'm going to talk about this until my face goes blue, because we need to understand we are moving into a world where we need to be more self-serving. You cannot serve the world if you don't have your shit together. So I want to talk to you guys about arguing for your limitations. I've talked about this before as a part of a self-concept series. I will link my self-concept series above. I think I said my name is Shayla Jade. This is Chocolate Cake 101. I have the pleasure of loving some very wonderful people, very abundant people, spiritually abundant, financially abundant, health-wise, everything, just life is good. One thing that I've noticed, not just about the people that I'm around, but people in our world in general, and even me, because I was working out of this, I talked about speaking against yourself on a daily basis. I don't know about the rest of the world, but Americans are really good. It's like we were programmed to put ourselves last and to speak against what we want to experience in life. I noticed though, lately, like I've been listening to a lot of these 8-hour affirmation tracks. I have my own that I made with Heaven Divine. You guys have seen some videos that I've done with her on my YouTube channel. We've done our own affirmation tracks, but I've done that in the Parrot app. There's plenty of apps, but I use Parrot. And then I listen to a lot of 8-hour tracks. I love House of Vibrations, and I love Dylan James, two of my favorites. I also love Salt of the Earth. I think she only has like one 8-hour affirmation, but her one 8-hour affirmation is banging. I listen to it like it's music. So I've really been changing how I think, because in my spare time, I'm puffing myself up and putting so much confidence within myself in different scenarios. But let me start back, because I didn't even talk about what it is. I've talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again. Arguing for your limitations is whether you are arguing with someone outside of you or within yourself, you are talking to yourself, like something happens and you have like this worst case scenario in your head. So for example, you go to talk to your coworker about something important and they kind of brush you off. In your head, you have this, oh, they're a bitch, or they don't like me, or they're trying to get us in trouble, or they're incompetent with their job. You start these negative things, and then you also go on a rampage of what you're going to do when you guys have to be held accountable for what's going to happen. So you automatically play worst case scenario, devil's advocate, but not quite, in your head. What you can do instead is you can decide, oh, they're probably just busy, they'll get right back to me. Oh, they didn't even mean it like that. I'm not going to take that way. Everybody loves me, or everybody appreciates me, or that person that was not personal. Detach yourself and I'm not even recording. Am I recording? I was recording. Anyway, look at my shiny beauty temples. Anyway, here I was thinking my face was dry. Anyway, so you are speaking about the situation the way that you want it to be, rather than the way that you think it might play out in your head. We see all day, every day on social media and on TV, we are programmed to see worst case scenario. That shit happens. It may come back together. You might have to wait till season 2. But we see a lot of bad things happening, that we created this thing in our world where bad things are always going to happen. I had the discussion with a friend the other day, where there are levels to reality, and there are many levels where bad things don't happen like they happen on this reality. But we have to get outside of the program that bad things are always going to happen. And I am not sitting here telling you that bad things don't happen and don't prepare for that. But what I am telling you is, if somebody's going to be your best friend, you hope to God that it's you. Let me give you an example. My lover bought a property, surprised me with a property. He lives on the other side of the country. He bought a house in some acreage in my state. Unbeknownst to him, it was 2 hours away from me. So he's surprising me with this information. The lawyers, the brokers, they all went to go look at this property. Some things didn't go as planned, but he was still going through with it. And he's telling me this gleaming glow in his eye, so excited. Me as a woman, I'm not going to be I'm not gonna be like, I don't like that. That's it was beautiful. I thought it was a beautiful thing, and I want him to know that this is your choice. This is your money. This is your life. If that's the property that you want, because he was talking about how peaceful and loving. The reason that's why he thought it was perfect. It gave us acreage. There was a river running through it. He thought it was the perfect place for us, for for people that were going to be in his life for us. And I did not downplay that. I didn't whine. I didn't, because you guys, it's 2 hours away from where I am. And while it is in a more ideal part of the state of where I want to be, kind of, you guys know my father just went to heaven and I want to stay close to my mom for a little bit of time. I've been helping a lot with certain things. So yes, I do want to be over there, but the timing is a little rough. So, but I didn't whine. I didn't complain. I didn't sulk in my head. What I said to him as a supportive partner was, this is great. And this is what you want to do. I'm all for it. It's your money. It's your investment. Do it. And that's all I said. But in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm saying, nope, we're not doing this. We're not moving to this part of this. Nope. I was unbothered. And I talk about being unbothered, not for the sake of being numb, because that's not appropriate. That's toxic. That's unhealthy. Not because I didn't care, because that's also unhealthy. I did care. But I decided in my head that I had already chose what I wanted, and I was going to have faith in what I want and who I am. I chose in my head that I was not going to sulk. When you sulk and when you whine and when you cry, you are literally telling the universe that you agree to the reality that you don't want by responding that way. And trust me, I have many times responded in a way of sulking and being angry, but I had already decided that that's not what was up. So I didn't have to be sad. I could just be thankful that the outcome was going to be beautiful. A few days later, he's saying, okay, if you don't want this property, and mind you, I hadn't even really said all that. If you don't think this is a good idea, let's just, we can back out of it. So we decided I'm going to look at the property. We're going to go. Kane goes with his dad. We're going to look at this property. Now, broker says, gotta put some money on it now. They negotiated, he paid. So now we close on Thursday. It's still in my head. I wasn't, no, I don't want this place. And then, no, none of that. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Kept it cool, kept it calm, because I already knew in my head, this is not going to work. 2 days ago, I wake up to him screaming with the lawyers. He has changed his mind on this property because of how the owners have decided to not meet him, not respond to him, and a few things that just fell through legally. And he was thinking that these were all red flags. So he's upset. I got what I wanted. He's not getting the property. I got what I wanted. But now he's talking to his lawyer about getting his money back. Like, not a big deal if he doesn't get it back, but the principalities, he needs to get his money back. We don't care that this was non-refundable. You guys didn't hold up your end of the deal. Give us the money back. His lawyer is like, man, don't even worry. I got you. I know how to do this to where you're going to get your money back, because it's on their fault. It's on them. I'm going to get your money back. But he gets off the phone and he's worst case scenarioing the shit out of this, trying to justify why he should get his money back. So you're arguing in your head, talking about what's going to happen. What am I going to do if they don't give me the money back? And I'm like, bruh, there's no reason for you to even be like this. You should be calm, cool, and collected. You've already made up your decision on, and I'm not trying to put nobody on blast. Like, he's going to see this one day he's going to see this. You're teaching me. And I had this conversation with him too. You already got what you wanted. Your whole job is to just be calm, cool, and collected. Your lawyer even told you it was good. You have no reason to think that you would not get your money back, but only for the simple fact that we live in a world that is full of drama. So again, I didn't argue with him about it. I just imagined in my head, everything's going to go well. He's going to get his money back. Not a big deal. I'm going to find a better property. This is great. Life is good. It's just examples like this, because we often get into arguments with people and it might not have even lasted long or have even been a big deal, but we immediately go to worst case scenario with what's going to happen with that situation, or even with ourselves. We see that there's a lot of people applying for a job opportunity and we decide that it's going to be hard for us to get it. Why don't you could just as easily be your best friend and decide that the God that I have faith in already worked it out for me. There is a belief in the spiritual community. What I want wants me. What I'm attracted to is attracted to me more. That is a belief that benefits so many people because they can chill and just be unbothered and things just magnetize to them. And I do understand that my talks, my conversations are more for people who are more spiritually advanced. I need y'all to get on board, because I told you we're moving into a part of the world, a part of the universe where it is going to serve you to know who you are in God, to know who you are as a part of God, to see yourself as a divine being instead of a human being that is separate from God or separate from the universe or subservient to it. God wants for you what you want for you. And a lot of people talk about this path or this plan that God has for them. I'm never here to change anybody's beliefs. I only like showing a different perspective, because with different perspective, we get more power. When I think of an unconditional God and a universe that never started and never stopped, what would be the plan? Especially if you're talking about a God that doesn't have an adversary. The devil is not God's adversary. The devil is an archetype that you become when you separate yourself from God, not in competition with God. God is not afraid or in competition with anybody. He's not at war. He doesn't need you to be in a certain position. He doesn't need you to sacrifice yourself. What? For what? God is only expressing itself in infinite ways. So a lot of the things that we even perceive as bad, it's just an experience that God is having. And experience it so you can let it go. This is the art of being unbothered. I know that as I am a part of God, I am a part of the unconditional love. So as I do not sulk in the resentment or the fears or the regret or the jealousy, those emotions that are here to serve me and let me know where I'm standing, as I don't hold on to them, they will go away and love has to reside. That was beautiful. And I'm saying to you guys, I have sulked my ass off, especially the last year, just angry about situations I didn't have to be angry about, back and forth, I'm saying this with every scenario. This is a part of self-concept. For those of you guys who don't understand what self-concept is the setup of your beliefs that create your reality. It's not just, I love myself. It's, what am I worthy of? What do I believe I am deserving of? What do I believe I can do? When you believe that you can't have something, can't do something, can't create something, your mind cuts it off from you. But when you believe that I can do all things, that this can work out for me, I might not know how, but this is what I want. And God, the universe, source is going to bring it to me because I am love and because I'm always getting what I want. When you hold a self-concept that opens doors for you, you will see doors open. But when you hold a self-concept of seeing things as, oh, Black people can't do this, or they don't like me because of this, or that's not going to happen because I didn't do that. Miracles happen every day, but they're not going to happen to people who don't believe in miracles. It's not even a miracle. It is literally how God works. There are hierarchies to rules. That's why I've always said rules only apply to those who follow them. I'm not trying to make you unsafe, or I'm not trying to say don't stop at that red light. Do what you need to do. Follow the rules that are for your safety, but also realize when a rule is hindering you and holding you down in a certain place. And a lot of rules, religions, groups that we're in keep us down. That's why they say knowledge will set you free. Because the more you learn, the more you see things from different perspectives. I was a Christian for the first 27 years of my life. And if you had told me that I was not going to follow the Christian church, I would have been like, bless you. And you guys hear me talk about Jesus all the time. I love Jesus. But through years of seeking knowledge outside the Christian church and learning about Jesus as outside the Christian church that I was able to do, the Catholic church who hung upon a cross, we learned who Jesus is from his enemies and then wonder why we don't understand him. Anyways, my point is learn, practice, work on your emotions. I talk about it all the time, being emotionally balanced and being unbothered. I think I have a video how to keep your cool in any situation. I don't always follow my own advice, you guys, but I've been doing it more and more. And when I do, it's fire. I have stories after stories of things that just go my way because I believed they were going to, and I didn't give any emotional backlash to the opposite. Decide what you want. This is not something that you just jump into and you do. It is, but then as you do it more, your traumas are going to start to wear on you. You're going to start, oh, I can't do this because of this. And we each have stories of how life is supposed to play by things that have happened. Something that might be small and minute that happened when you were 17, you didn't even realize you started thinking that this is the way things were. At least for you, or at least for people who look like you, or at least for that tax bracket or that age that you were. The more you get out of those limitations, the more that you will start breaking barriers. Well-behaved women rarely make history. Not that we're trying to make history. However, like I said, your bondage is in the beliefs that you hold. I'm bars. So, how do we do this? Well, like I've been saying, and I'm going to continue to say it, I don't think I said arguing for your limitations was coined to me in my world was coined by Abraham Hicks, but it really just means saying anything that is against you and anything that you want to do. The way that you start to stop arguing for your limitations is by realizing when you're arguing for them, because we don't realize what we're doing when we do it. We think we're so used to just acting a certain way. We're used to getting mad when things don't go our way, or used to accepting things not to go our way. So we plan for worst case scenario. Work on your emotional intelligence. Work on being unbothered. You do this through stabilizing your state of being. I have a book called 31 Ways to Flow. The book talks about over 31 ways that you can stabilize your state of being or stabilize your vagus nerve. We in the Americas, in the Western world, we don't talk much about the things that go on in our inner world that create our outer world, like chi, life force, certain meridian points in your body, your whole spine. I'm so out of practice, I don't want to say something stupid. Your spine holds a lot of energy. I'm not just talking about the Kundalini, but I'm talking about how your spine, each vertebrae in your spine in different religions means something. Your teeth are aligned to different body parts, like your kidneys or your spleen, your feet, your hands. In other cultures, they honor this. And because they honor this, they're more in a flow of life with their body, with their mind, with their soul, with the world around them. Animals are too. That doesn't mean bad things don't happen. That means you're more in a line, in attune to what you do want. So 31 Ways talks about more than 31 ways to be in alignment, in the flow of life. And when you're in that flow, your words are more powerful because your words are spells, which is why we talk about, I know this sounds woo-woo, you guys, so I don't even like saying it like that, but let's say it in a different way. Your words, to me, it's not even your words. Your intention and your thought patterns on certain things in life will create the dynamic of what it is. A couple years ago, me being vulnerable, I was renting this beautiful luxury apartment. I loved it. It was across the street from the lake. It was my baby. It was during the pandemic. This was 2021, and I wasn't working, and I had just gotten into a car accident where I knew I was fine on the outside, but my back and my neck were in pain, and it was making it hard for me to work. And I started to and then of course my nephew went to heaven. I was going through some things. And I was up and down with how I was feeling and what I was able to do. And I wasn't working that much. And I would get behind on my rent and get back up and get behind. Then I started to get behind. Now this was during the pandemic, so everyone was behind on their rent. And I had a plan. I had the PPP loan that I had just been approved for. They told me the amount, and I was just waiting for the money. And then I also had, if you guys don't remember, there were all these laws that were put in place to help keep people in their house. I had already gotten funds from some organization and I gotten caught up on my rent. But in my mind, I had worst case scenario. I was imagining what I was going to say to my neighbors when they saw the signs on my door, how I was going to move out, how I was going to avoid telling the guy that I was dating at the time. I was planning in my head for worst case scenario, even though I already had everything covered. I don't know why I was doing that. So guess what happens? Because of those intentions that you play, when you plan, what's the saying? When you plan for plan B, you're going to get a mixture of both, to be honest with you. But when you have a plan B is going to happen. So I was putting so much intention to plan B that what ended up happening, and all this happened within like a week. The PPP loan ran dry, and all of a sudden I got a letter saying I wasn't going to get this money because they ran out of funds. The Supreme Court overturned all those laws that protected people and kept them in their home. And I was put right smack dab into eviction. And everything that I had in my mind was playing out. The plan B. Being ready to be embarrassed. Being ready to not tell the guy that I was dating that I was being evicted. Just getting ready for all those things. Instead of planning that everything was going to work out for me. Years later, being in litigation with this company, I started thinking different. Oh, this is working out for me. Y'all, I'm getting what I want. But it's only because I planned it in my head and didn't argue for my limitations, didn't say, oh, this is not going to work out, or they're going to want this or that. No. Be your best friend. Stabilize your state of being. Start talking. Talk to me nice. Yourself says, talk to me nice. Start talking to yourself better. Instead of saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to get this job or pay this bill, or this girl's not going to like me, or they're doing this, they're fucking off on me. No. Decide that I'm always loved, I'm always cherished, I'm always adored. It is safe for me to trust my partner, my relationship, and myself. I got into a fight with my lover the other day. It was a very small argument. He gets off the phone. I get off the phone. I start thinking, oh, it was not looking good. And I was like, no, it was a small argument. We're fine. I send peace and love to him for the rest of his day because he wasn't in a good mood. I send peace and love to him. I hope everything works out for him. I send peace and love to myself. I'm going to keep it moving because life is good. And I just continued. Every time I thought about it, I was like, oh, and I was like, nope, life is good. Life is good for me. Life is good for him. Life is good for us. The next day comes. I'm like, damn, he hasn't called me. Should I call him? No, don't call him, Shayla. You're the girl. He needs to call you. No, that's silly games. Pick up the phone. I call him. baby, I'm so sorry. I meant to call you. I was trying to call you right before you called me. It's saying all we talked about everything. Then he was like, did you pray for me? Did you pray for me last night? I'm like, why? Yes, I did, but why? He was like, I blocked you. I didn't even know I got blocked, but I'm gone. I blocked you. I was really mad at you. But then I was thinking that expressing love, gratitude, and concern. And he was like, and if I block you, I can't, you're not, when I get your call, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to be able to see that you called me. I'm not going to answer it. And he answers phone every time I call, even if he's mad at me. So, but that was because I chose in my head not to see us as having this big fight and no, it's doomsday. No, we're fine. It's silly shit that people work it out all the time. And I'm always loved. I'm always adored. I'm always in my perfect relationship. Talk to yourself in those beautiful ways. You can look up affirmation tracks. They have 5-minute ones, 10-minute ones. I like the 8-hour ones because I just let them play. The 8-hour ones are for when you are sleeping at night. I do not really play them at night when I'm asleep because I'm doing something else with the dream worlds. It's up to you, but they are kind of whimsidaisical. So if you are playing it when you are awake, just make sure you are not. I would say don't make sure you're not driving. Do what you do, but be safe. Stay watch, stay being. Talk about it. I don't know what else to say. Stop arguing for your limitations. Stop thinking things are going to be the end of the world for you. I know we live in a society where on TV, worst case scenario happens every day, but that doesn't have to be your life. More good things happen every day than bad things. It's just we don't talk about the good things because the good things are normal to us. So now the bad things need to be, the good things are boring to us. So heal that within yourself because peace is not boring. It's peaceful. And adventure and excitement comes in all forms. Trust me, you can travel, you can learn new things, so many different things. All right, I'm about to break out of here. I have things to do. I'm still going to edit this video so I can post it. For those of you guys checking out certifiedgear.shop, that is our website for street gear, for spontaneous, loving people who want to express themselves. We also do custom gear. It's called certifiedgear.shop. It's still limited time, so if you put my code in the link, if you put my promotion code at checkout, you'll still get an additional discount. My promotion code is chocolate cake 101, certifiedgear.shop. I'll put it on the screen. Also, I still am taking Primal Energy. I'm almost done with my second month. I still see the difference. It has been a go-to for me. Primal Queen is what I'm sorry. I say Primal Energy because it gives me so much energy. Primal Queen, I'll put it up here, this is the beef organ pill that really zinc, copper, it just gives your body all those nutrients that we need that we have been lacking. I've seen a difference with my cycle. I've seen a difference with my mood. I've seen a difference with my energy. I've seen a difference with my discipline, with other things that I need to do. So for me, it's not so much that it's making me do all these things, but it's giving me the energy and the mood so I can get the things done that I want to get done. Primal Queen, if you put in my code if you click in the link, click my link for Primal Queen, you'll get a discount plus gifts. So if you're a woman and you're looking forward to some new energy, try it out. Also, don't forget to download my book, 31 Ways to Flow. It's on me, you guys. I just want people to feel better because if we all feel better, we can make better decisions. If we can make better decisions, we can have a better world. This world is going to change. It's already changing whether you like it or not, but you get to decide whether you are going to be on a timeline, on a collapsed reality of joy or a collapsed reality of lack. And that is going to be in how you think and the things that you say and how you live your life. So don't be afraid to serve yourself. Serve the world, but serve yourself. And knowing that if you are your best self, you can serve the world. I think I've said it enough times, and I'll say it again 10,000 more times. I love you guys. I'm Shayla Jade. This is Chocolate Cake 101. My love is your love. We out.